Hi Scorpio, welcome to your mid-monthly February 2019 tarot and astrology reading with a Valentine's twist. So welcome back to the channel. If you're regular here, thank you for your continued love and support. And if you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe if you enjoy. So, gonna begin with February 13th because Mars conjunct Uranus is going to feel quite intense. Mars is your traditional ruler, Scorpio. It's in the sign of Aries, and it's all to do with your health sector, your day-to-day routine, workplace. There may be some sudden shock exits in the workplace with your co-workers, strange events surrounding co-workers, heated discussions or debates surrounding your co-workers, particularly those that are fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And you're also going to be experiencing some unusual health feelings. So you may have been ignoring your body in certain ways or pushing it too hard while Mars has been in Aries. Or you may actually have gotten into the swing of things and get a real good mind, body, soul routine going. Either way, this can make you push yourself a bit too much. So be mindful of that over the 13th. It would be a good day to try yoga or something alternative and healing rather than, say, a boxing class where under this energy you might run the risk of murdering your instructor. That's a disclaimer, don't do that. Anyway, Valentine's Day, the moon's going to be in Gemini, giving you this lovely sexual chemistry energy. So if you are with somebody or you're dating someone, there could be a lot of intimacy there, but it's making a T-square with Neptune, so you may be considering the way you deal with intimacy. Now, Scorpio, you're an 8th house sign. Gemini is 8th house energy for you, but it doesn't mean that you don't, for Scorpios, they may be the sign of sex, they get very misunderstood. They're very deep people. They have a lot of connections between going deep into the heart and soul of a person. That's important for you. And this transit on Valentine's Day may make you feel a little bit insecure of that particular area, Be gentle with yourself because the next day Mars is going to enter Taurus, your 7th house of partnership. It's going to stay there till March 31st. It's not been there since 2017, I believe. So if 2018 was lacking the emotional and romantic connections and stability that you'd hoped for, this is a real good time to find that. Relationships could move from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. Even in business, it could be the same thing. You could find a dream job, start it, and you could suddenly, you could feel like everything's moving really quick. Things are really special. And then we have the most beautiful Piscean energy coming in when the sun moves in there on the 18th. Now, in this day, Chiron, the wounded healer, actually exits Pisces from your romantic sector. So the wounded healer in your romantic sector has left you with very, during this transit since 2011, Scorpio, at some time your love life was so bad it was funny. You know what I mean? Like, it got grim at points, let's be honest. Because the wounded healer wants you to learn things. And that doesn't mean there was never love there. But it means that you have to heal an aspect of yourself romantically before you find a person that you feel safe and secure with. So Chiron exiting here will leave you with some kind of gift. I know it's not Jupiter, but if you have been someone that wounded people, emotionally wounded people have flocked to, and you've given them guidance, you've given them love, and you've given them support, even if it hurt you, Scorpio, you're going to be rewarded with something quite special. And then there's that Virgo supermoon on the 19th. What was that? 4 of Wands. Reward! I just said that. You're going to be rewarded. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love it when it does that. Anyway, Virgo supermoon. Networking, teamwork, community. You're going to be feeling very supported by your friends. If you meet somebody special, Scorpio, whether it's mid-February, whether it's March, or any time, don't forget your friends. I know that you enjoy romance and you love being wrapped up in the person that you're with, but your friends were there for you when there wasn't anybody, so just bear that in mind. Don't be dropping off the radar just because you found somebody. That's a warning, because it's a very romantic sky, but that Virgo supermoon is all about sisterhood and brotherhood and all that stuff. Ace of Wands, growth. Ace of Swords, victory. King of Wands in the positive position, practicality. You could be dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Challenge is the Seven of Cups, and the outcome is the Queen. That's you, Queen of Cups, sensitivity. And underneath we have the Hermit, contemplation. Ooh, okay. So Scorpio, 2 aces in the first set. 2 aces typically indicate a new relationship. So for a lot of you, that's where we're going with this. Regardless of whether you're going into a relationship, you're meeting somebody new, or you're single, you are and always will be your first priority, okay? Queen of Cups, Piscean energy. We're going into Pisces season, Scorpio, hopefully with a clear idea of what we want romantically, creativity, and in our passions. Your passions are important regardless of who is in your life. You must stay true to the things you love, the ideas you have, and nurture them. We have a lot of ideas here. Ace of Wands is like fertile soil for making something creative, making something special. The Queen of Cups, that's that Piscean energy to make something of yourself. You know, the 5th house is also a lot to do with fame. And although the 10th house can also represent fame, 5th house is more to do with that, you know, glossy award show type feeling. So sort of like recognition and an excuse to look good at what you're doing. You have an idea. It could be career, and it could also be this could also represent a new relationship. I'm drawn to the fact the Ace of Wands is with a fire sign, so it can be a new relationship with a fire sign. Some of you are hoping for a new relationship with an air sign, and some of you, this Queen of Cups can be a water sign, particularly if it's a female, you know, another Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer. The Hermit can also represent Virgo, but listen, the Hermit is all about the time you've spent alone. And for some of you, no, maybe you won't meet that person mid-February. Maybe that'll be March, maybe it'll be later. But the time that you've spent alone and the lessons you've learned in solitude, or the way your heart speaks to you in those silent moments, is important to be listened to. The Hermit is not lonely. He is just spending a little bit of alone time. This can also be trying to balance so many people in your life, Scorpio. Because possibility, the 7 of Cups in your challenge means you might have your head in the clouds, and for some reason you might be walking around in a bit of a fog. Kind of Neptune and Pisces vibes. The Sun and Neptune are going to conjunct each other, and you're going to be very romantic. Don't forget Mercury's in Pisces now, and it will go retrograde next month, so enjoy the crystal clear romantic energy if you have it, because there could be a little bit of issue with that in March, just saying. But when you're with the right person and you're in the right state of mind, that sort of stuff is only trivial, you know? It's not huge. I do think, though, that some Scorpios are kind of, with this lovely energy, you know, you can get carried away in the emotions of it and maybe verge away from your dreams and your passions because you're very happy. But then what happens when you know, realize you've been neglecting something and you're not getting the results you wanted, or somebody calls you out not working hard enough? You don't like that either. Ace of Wands and Justice. Balance. Some of you that are in the legal profession or dealing with a legal matter seem to have some sort of good news attached to that. Page of Cups. Imagination. Very romantic energy. The Star in your positive position. Aww. So, hope. We have hope. We have hope, possibly surrounding a fire sign. Something very sparkly, something very shiny. The challenge is the 6 of Pentacles, generosity, and the 2 of Swords. So you come out at some kind of crossroads, Scorpio. And the Knight of Pentacles, loyalty, is underneath. Okay, so bear in mind we have a really beautiful arena to play in here, but yet, that is the but. You're indecisive or unsure. So something is very shiny, something's very new, but there's a hesitancy, and you can't ignore that. There's a hesitancy here, and the 6 of Pentacles is sort of telling me that your hesitancy may make you appear less generous. possibly being taken for a fool and being robbed blind in the past by people romantically or in career or in friendship has made you a little bit more hesitant. Now, what you're looking for, Scorpio, is something with balance. That's what Justice is telling me. Some of you for sure are probably ready to settle down and get married, because Justice can oftentimes in tarot, that can be a very traditional interpretation, you know, making something legal, making something official. Ace of Wands could be moving house with a person, but you do get yourself into a bit of a funk, okay? So Mars and Taurus, yes, that's really positive, but Scorpio, hate to say it, you're a bit suspicious when it's positive. Don't bite me. I'm one too. But the Queen of Cups and the Two of Swords, you're at some sort of emotional turning point and you're uncertain. Now, the reason you're uncertain from what I can see here is that you want to, with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups, have this balance between the rational mind, the successful progression in your life, being respected, being valued. But you also have this really beautiful, soft Page of Cups energy. And anybody that says that Page of Cups is only Pisces would be really, really doing a disservice to the Scorpio personality when Scorpios are romantic. Because they're very playful and very childlike in their excitement when they're with somebody they care about. But you at the same time are still this queen, you know? You can get lost in the fantasy and the ideas. And at some point with Pisces season, Scorpio, sometimes your fantasies are too high an expectation on what is in front of you. You know, don't expect a person to be pulling out all the stops, or don't expect your dream person to just appear if you have a very negative attitude of love. So for those of you that are very single, nobody is going to come in and save you from yourself, because that's too big a job for anyone. If it's too big a job for you, it's too big a job for them. You have to be completely content and happy with who you are and respect who you are, Scorpio. And I know that sounds like tough love, but it is very true. On my Instagram, I was talking about the distorted masculine, distorted feminine energies, and how important it is that if you are in the category of one of these, you heal it first before you can engage with the divine masculine or the divine feminine. So, the Hermit was probably a sign that some Scorpios had to have a lot of alone time or are still in that process. King of Wands and the Star. Practicality and hope. You may be attracting a person or have met a person who's very practical. It could be a King of Wands person. Could also be an Aquarius with the Star. But it's somebody who's very ambitious, somebody who's very determined, very warm, very masculine in their approaches. They come forward. They do things. They're active. With the Star here, there's a lot of hope and a lot of excitement attached to this person. There may also be an aspect of fate towards this, you know, very strange synchronicities, coincidences, unusual occurrings, etc., etc. For some of you, it's an earth sign, okay, down below. If it's an earth sign, I think for a lot of you, it's not somebody you're dating. It could be someone you're interested in or an old person because he's quite far away. So let's get into it a little bit more, Scorpio, to figure... Ooh, that Knight of Pentacles pop out again. To figure out what this emotional indecision is with you and this Two of Swords. I popped. Could be dealing with a Libra also, just to clarify with Justice there. The cards and their signs don't necessarily always matter or resonate for a person, so just bear that in mind. King of the Ocean, the Emperor. You could be dealing with an Aries. Okay. Or somebody a bit older than you, maybe. Ace of Cups. Okay, so we have 3 aces already in your hopes and fears. Oh my goodness, the King of Cups, understanding. So we have a water sign. The Death card in the Challenge. Transformation. And the Five of Swords, conflict. And the 3 is underneath. I must say, Scorpio, this is unusual. So, what's What's underneath the Three of Swords? Eight of Pentacles, achievement, and success. Okay. Okay. Now, in the positive position, we have the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So you could very well be dealing with a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, because these guys are coming up in your positive. Now, I oftentimes think when two kings appear, it can represent two people vying for your attention, because it's coming up with the star here. Both of them seem to be in many ways connected to you on a fate level. So it's almost as if there's been strange synchronicities with both. Now this can represent your relationship with the fire sign, Scorpio, because you are the King of Cups. However, with the crossroads aspect and the conflict and you as the outcome, I feel like you have to make some kind of choice. And that is very interesting to see. The challenge with the Death card means you are your obstacle. Now I know you're probably thinking, I'm not my obstacle. But you appear to be. So, it's weird to see Scorpio with so many lovely, lovely aspects and yet have the Five of Swords. You're conflicted. You're very, very conflicted by the end of the month about something. Let's investigate. Five of Swords. What is this Five of Swords? Oh! Yeah. Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I don't get it. Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, completion and prosperity. An exciting new happily ever after chapter. Why are you conflicted? Endings and beginnings as well. An end of one chapter and a beginning of something very new. So those of you that are single, it kind of looks like you might be, with this Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, I want to say, I think it kind of looks like you might be ending up with something committed. And then for those of you that are in established relationships, it's almost as though you're worried or confused about the longevity. Does that make sense? It's very, very conflicted. So it's almost as if Scorpio, you know, the Ten of Cups is, you know, as good as it gets, isn't it? I wonder, is it your fear? Fear of deceit. Five of Swords. Because that's an arena you're actually weirdly comfortable in. Through your past experiences. But this Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles is sort of telling me that things are fine, but you're not. Like, things seem to be good, but you're not. So I'm kind of confused. And I am a Scorpio, and I completely get you guys, but this is, I must say, a very confusing aspect to see. So, I don't think, and this is just me being honest, I don't think you know how to, this is just for a lot of you, not everybody. I don't know that you know how to experience love without conflict. It's kind of as if you're used to the intensity. So this is one thing I'm getting. Death card here. You're used to the intensity of the Death card energy in your relationships. Chiron has been tough. Having Chiron and Pisces has been tough. And it's felt like a battle after a battle after a battle until you've associated battling with romance. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you're very sensitive to your emotions with this Pisces season, and you're conflicted about what it is you're feeling. You're thinking, for a lot of you, something seems too good to be true. But in actuality, this is the beginning of quite a stable chapter, and you don't know how to deal with that. Okay, so I'm going to draw some goddess guidance cards and see what we get for Scorpio. Ooh, fertility. Interesting. We'll do one more and then get into... Oh. Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Okay, fertility and unconditional love. Some of you, if you don't want to get pregnant, be mindful of it, because the Ace of Wands is very, you know, like, it can mean that. Ostara, fertility. It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So relationships started in this time, Scorpio, are positive. They may not be perfect, but they're positive. There's some aspect to this that you're conflicted about, okay? And again, if you're completely single, I feel like there's people on the periphery, so this is very hard to explain if you are completely single and there's nobody you're interested in, because there's 2 kings here and a queen. So I'm confused if you are. If you are, I think it's more to do with people coming in still. So Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So treat people with respect. And don't pick fights to prove that somebody cares, because that can happen with Scorpios. They can sort of look for romance and passion in conflict. As I say, Mars is your traditional ruler. Focus on the good that you see in people, and if you're dealing with past hurts, as I think some of you kind of are, especially if it's to do with other Scorpios, just an FYI, because I kind of feel Scorpio, like, for some of you that have Scorpio exes, there's a conflict there, you know. I think you're unsure about something, and it's standing power. You have to release the past, because that's not where you're going. Chiron leaving Pisces will awaken a strength in you that you've been building up over the years that you didn't realize. You can heal any situation with love. Now, Ostara is all about lightening up and thinking about your positive intentions. If any of you are looking to have a child, that seems to be very, very, very perfect for you. Whatever it is that you desire, well, for some reason with this card, it always means it manifests in the spring. So we're coming into spring. So I think for a lot of you, something that you're dealing with will all become clear in springtime. I also kind of worry, Scorpio, that there may be somebody, you know, if you're moving on to somebody else, just an FYI, I kind of feel like there's somebody that doesn't like it. And that's more where the 5 of Swords is coming to me, and this is why you're conflicted. There may be somebody rears their head, because death is the challenge, 7 of Cups, and that's why I sort of think for some of you it's a past Scorpio. Could be a jealousy issue, okay? So, as I say, don't look back because you're not going that way. Scorpio. Life purpose. Everything is happening for a reason, Scorpio. Boundaries, commitment, and abundance. Okay, so you've learned with Chiron and Pisces how to set boundaries, how to set appropriate boundaries. You were, and I know this sounds unfair, you were in relationships for sometimes for the sole purpose that you were meant to heal the other person or help them along in their journey. And it's not that you're not getting something from that, Scorpio, because you are. There actually appears to be a commitment for many Scorpios, and it's making you feel very abundant and happy. The boundaries issue remains, though. So if you're feeling things are moving too fast with Mars and Taurus, you can set boundaries. You know, you can. You don't have to move at 1,000,000 miles an hour because somebody else wants to. Because I think you're suspicious of that. If things aren't moving quick enough, which I find hard to see once Mars goes into Taurus, you know, I think there will be an even playing field as it progresses. you are very sensitive and you're in your own head a little bit mid-monthly February. Primarily because you're overthinking. But hope, I mean, the most important card here is the Star card. It's in your positive position. It's touching a fire sign and it's touching a water sign. So if you are dealing with relationships there, be very grateful for them, be very thankful. If you are also feeling indecisive, that's okay too. If you're feeling suspicious or a bit nervous, that is okay too. Your past experiences may have made you a little bit wary, Scorpio, but keep the love high. Mary Magdalene, unconditional love, keep it high. Something's manifesting, particularly around Easter. You're going to see something very substantial coming out around Easter. So I love you guys. Enjoy the good feelings. Not everything is out to get you. You're going to enjoy this. So love you guys. See you later. Bye.